Hello, curious friends. It's safe to assume that everyone would like to have a trusted person in their lives with whom they could talk to about all their sorrows, fears, triumphs, and failures. And if someone has such a person in which they can confine their secrets in, then they are the luckiest person on earth. Despite it not being easy to make real friends in showbiz, no doubt for the beautiful Elizabeth Gillies, such a person is Ariana Grande. And since we mention her, was Ari present at Liz's secret wedding with a man older than her? When it comes to their age, don't they say that love does not know the age difference? Who is Elizabeth's chosen one? And how did they meet? And how long have they been together? What actors have previously held that special place in her heart? Stay with me until the very end so that you don't miss the answers to these questions, but before we continue, don't forget to hit the bell and the notification buttons. I'm sure that to many of you, Elizabeth Gillies will need no introduction, but just in the case one of you has no idea who this young lady is and how her friendship with one of the greatest stars of the international music scene, Ariana Grande, was born, I shall now briefly remind you so you can be up to date with just about everything. Elizabeth Egan Gillies was born on July 26th of 1993 in the small town of Haworth, New Jersey, USA. She took her first steps in the media industry as a young girl, and at the age of 12, she appeared in the advertisement of the world's largest telephone company, Virgin Mobile. It seems that she liked the experience so much that sometime later, she decided to fully focus on acting to make her great dream of building a career in the entertainment industry come true. Liz made her television debut at the age of 14 when she appeared in 3 episodes of the NBC series The Black Donnellys. In the same year, she lent her voice to one of the characters from the animated series Winx Club. Man, do you remember Winx, curious? Or were you more of Team Witch? The young girl's efforts to get higher up quickly started to bring new projects, and in order not to prolong the story about her career, I will immediately move on to the most important production that made her famous, of course, Of course, I mean the once successful and very popular Nickelodeon series Victorious. And yes, this is where she met her friend Ariana Grande, who today is a great music star and her faithful friend of many years. This close bond between Liz and Ari has lasted for over 10 years. They met as teenagers, and today they are already adults. They both like to share their old photos on their social media pages and have collaborated on a large number of professional and personal projects. Together, they even took upon the task of obtaining a driving license. The girls were and are very close to each other, and it's definitely a true and lasting friendship. Undoubtedly, over the years, the girls have also shared their different experiences with boys amongst themselves, and in this regard, there were at least 3 men who were able to get close to Elizabeth. The list starts with an actor and musician 3 years older than Liz, James Maslow. Rumors that there was more than just good friendship between the two began to circulate in 2010. It was then that they were caught together in Times Square after the presentation of the Big Rush series, in which James played one of the roles. However, in the end, the hot news about the relationship between the two remained only in the realm of rumors, as their alleged love was never confirmed by either of them. A year later, in 2011, Liz had a fleeting but intense romance with a year older than her actor, Logan Miller, and here the relationship was more than certain. Although the fans were happy to see them together and thought that they were the perfect couple, they quickly had to accept their breakup because Elizabeth and Logan decided to end their story together after only 6 months of dating. Of course, as a young star, Liz had a lot of admirers, and one of them was actor and fellow Victorious co-star, Avon Yogia. However, in this case, it was more of a fan's desire that something could connect them. But as far as we know, there was never anything between them except for a good friendship. And everything seemed to indicate that it was exactly the same with Matt Bennett. For a long time, there were rumors that they were together because they were often seen in each other's company and regularly published common photos on social media. Though, once again, the truth is simple. They were just really good friends, a relation which was born during their work. So come on guys, not all co-stars have to date each other at some point. The breakthrough, though, came in 2016 when everyone found out that Liz's heart had been occupied for a long time, and it was then that fans were able to understand why most of the previous gossip that claimed that she was in a relationship remained just that, and the actress simply preferred more mature men than her younger co-stars. So, for 4 years ago, she shared a tweet that seemed to confirm once and for all the rumors about her relationship with the singer and producer Michael Corcoran. Michael is professionally known as Backhouse Mike, and Liz worked with him in 2013, for example, and sang in his song OK. Their relationship caused a lot of controversy due to the fact that Gillies' beloved is much older than her, and Michael is from Los Angeles, where he was born on December 9th of 1972, 21 years before Elizabeth was born. So we know her story well, but have you ever wondered what Mike has been doing for nearly 48 years of his life? Well, actually, many things. But among the most significant ones, he created many music projects, composed tracks for commercials, TV series, and even movies. And well, technically, the fact that the older man knows the young star shouldn't be such a surprise to anyone. And why is that, you're asking? In his career as a composer, Michael created many songs for some very successful youth productions. And yes, one of them was Victorious, the show in which his future wife starred in. And according to what she said in an interview with Vogue magazine, he was enchanted by her from the moment he saw her. So interestingly enough, it was Liz who decided that after 6 years of dating, it was time to take things to the next level. That is why she decided to convince her beloved to move with her from Los Angeles to Atlanta, where the actress has been working for several years. And here I quote, "Once Dynasty got picked up for a third season, I not so subtly suggested that he relocate so that we could start a new chapter in Atlanta. And luckily, he agreed, and we bought a house together." And since we're talking about properties and making big life-changing decisions, the day after they signed the contract for the house, Mike asked Liz the important question for every relationship. As Elizabeth said, when they arrived at the new house, Mike took her to the garden, and while she had no idea what he was doing, he got on one knee and asked her to be his wife. The actress joyfully confessed that she was completely surprised by this perfect and wonderful proposition. So, did you think that she might have secretly been hoping that once they move in together, it won't be long that Michael popped the question? Everybody found out about Gillies being married after the fact, and the wedding was originally planned to take place on April 25th because they both wanted this important event to coincide with the birthday of Otis, their beloved French bulldog. I am now going to imagine that he was the page boy because that is just the cutest thing to imagine ever. However, like many other couples, Liz and Mike had to postpone their wedding plans due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Not wanting their special chosen date to go unnoticed, they organized a mini supper in the company of family and close friends, following the guidelines with regards to social distancing and other precautions that have been put in place. Well, at least that's what Liz said. So finally, after a long search for a suitable free event space in which they could celebrate their postponed wedding, they found the perfect place, and as the actress explained, it was a unique colonial villa in Fernbrook Farms, New Jersey, where her parents live. And so, on August 8th, Liz and Mike said the ever-meaningful I do on an idyllic farm and became husband and wife. Now, do you remember how at the beginning I asked you a rhetorical question if her friend Ariana Grande was invited and if she even knew about Liz's wedding plans? Well, we don't know about the first one, but we assume that as her friend, she must have known, right? It seems, however, that Ari was not present at the magical and important moment in Elizabeth's life. This is probably because of all the restrictions that are in place to prevent new infections caused by the pandemic. In fact, as Liz said in a recent interview, there were only 10 guests at their ceremony, and all were members of the bride and groom's immediate family. Nevertheless, for Liz, it was the happiest day of her 27 years on this planet, which can very clearly be seen in the photos, which she shared later in her Instagram account. Now, do tell me, curious, were you surprised to learn that Elizabeth had married Michael, who's 21 years older than her? Do you think that the age difference can be a decisive factor in the success or failure of a relationship, or is it not that important? And do you like the idea of such a modest secret ceremony? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you tomorrow, same time and same place. See you guys.